All right, guys, it's week three of this coronavirus craziness, and it's actually Holy Week, that week leading up to Easter. And the first Holy Week was one filled with unrealized hopes, broken dreams, and unrealized expectations. It was one of disappointment. That first day of Holy Week, Palm Sunday, this coming up Sunday, people are waving these palm branches, they're shouting Hosanna, they're throwing their cloaks on the ground, and they're thinking that Jesus is going to lead a revolution, and he doesn't. They were disappointed. Then we got Maundy Thursday, the Last Supper, and the entire time the disciples have been following Jesus, there's been this little debate going on about who's the best, and it's coming up again. And then Jesus does something none of them expect. He wraps a towel around his waist, gets down on his hands and knees, and washes their feet, teaching them that the kind of ministry he's inviting them to be a part of is not one of power over, but of service with. Then they go to the Garden of Gethsemane, and even though they've all promised that they would stay with Jesus unto the death, they all run away and abandon him. They weren't expecting that. Broken dreams. Disappointment. And then the next day, Good Friday, even though Pontius Pilate has had a dream and been warned not to do so, he washes his hands of an innocent man in blood and allows the Roman soldiers to crucify him. And finally, Holy Saturday, hopelessness, just total grief and hopelessness, complete disappointment, dreams totally shattered. That was the first Holy Week. So maybe this is the perfect way for us to experience Holy Week. We're going through similar stuff right now. Plans have been canceled. Dreams have been shattered. Things that we were looking forward to for a long time aren't going to happen. And so this week, during this coronavirus Holy Week, every time you have those emotions, those feelings of disappointment and sadness, let that connect you to the first Holy Week. Because even in the midst of those broken dreams, even in the midst of this disappointment and sadness, good news came. God was up to something more than anybody else could have possibly imagined.